Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Quiver Podcast. I'm Kiko, joined today by Gio, Brian, and Willie. Hey, guys. And today, very interesting episode. We're going to discuss the big win of the DLSU football team, women's team, over the UST Golden Tigresses. Diba?
2-0.
2-0. That's all that happened today. That's all that happened today. No other
All right.
news, no other sports.
Thanks, guys.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys, for
Thanks for
listening. Good
Animo
night.
Lasal.
No, I'm kidding. An animal
Animo
aside.
Lasal.
So, all right. Now, today we're talking about the big upset loss by the Archers given by the Golden State Red Warriors, or that's how they seem to play earlier. It seemed that way.
Sa second
They
round na
always show
ulit
up.
yan. Sa second round na ulit
Round
yan.
na ulit.
Next game na lang.
Uh, it was a bloody Sunday for us. It was a regular Sunday. Time of the month, nothing went right. Everything went wrong. Nothing went right. Everything went right for UE. It's a 75-71 loss, right? UE showed up. We had their off game for some reason, and we'll go into detail of what happened and break it down for you guys. But yes, it was a tough, disappointing loss against this UE team. This UE team who's not expected really to make the Final Four, not expected really to contend. But a UE team was giving us problems in the preseason and past season. Coach by the Salistas, if I may add. Jackson Chango, Don Vallado, LA. There's something there. Again, I felt, going to Gio first. Gio, I felt we played this game like we knew that there was a margin for error. It seemed like we were overconfident. What did you see going to this game? Anything? How did that play out for you?
I think one of the things we also talked about before this game specifically was that we felt we could coast till the till the UP game, and like we weren't playing well against NU Ateneo. Adamson was probably an anomaly in that sense that we made all our threes. We had 2 threes today, by the way, and there's probably a feeling that with how much power we had, we could coast the game, the next few games, and probably still end up at 6-0. That is not the case. That is absolutely not the case anymore. Like, this is probably a big wake-up call for the Archers. There are good things to take away from this, but you cannot give up. You cannot be down 28-11 if I'm not mistaken at the end of the first
To this
quarter.
UE team. Yep.
Yeah, to this UE team or for any team for that matter. Even if even the last place team, it's an uphill battle from there, and it's a really bad first quarter for us. But of course, we'll talk about the whole game. But you can't do that. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Going into the first quarter, like Gio was mentioning, Brian, we were down 28-11. I was a bit concerned because when I saw that first five, Kiki wasn't on there. Right? I know first fives don't really mean much in UAP basketball. Your first five is not always your best five. It's really how you must use your rotation, insert those players, and it's how you end the game. But given this UE team is coming off a win against FEU, an unexpected win, although FEU isn't doing too well. An unexpected win that gave confidence. So the thing is, when you're favorites, right, you don't want to give confidence to your underdog opponents. That like, oh, kaya namin to, we can hang with you, and get us in the end. Was that mentality of experimenting a bit with taking Kiki off the bench a sign of things to come? There is that we knew that we had enough to beat UE despite experimenting in that first quarter.
I think we had, in terms of depth, maybe we were looking for people to step up because alam na din ng opponents na Kiki will produce what he usually produces. So maybe, I don't want to say overconfident, but the UE game presented a chance to do that. I don't think it's something you would see if kalaban UP and UST. So maybe collectively they will learn that it's either they do the same thing to the next opponents, FEU, which can be dangerous, but at the same time, I guess if we will do that, kailangan na talaga i-take no players na yun yung opportunity, yung moment na to. Kasi if they don't take it, they can easily be down the pecking order moving forward.
Yeah. So what went wrong for you in that first quarter, Ryan?
What went wrong? We can't seem to convert a lot of field goals, and then we are getting ourselves on the free throw line. Familiar story. Akala ko na-exercise na natin eh. We were looking good the first 3 games, at diba? Parang the first 3 games, I think we at least shot better than 65%, which is above average na for LaSalle standards. And then today we missed 16 shots, including those 2 crucial attempts by KQ to at least tie the game down the stretch. So that really says that it's an off night. And then at the same time, we're allowing UE some good looks outside, and they're converting. Ewan ko kung magpapakita pa ulit si Welo Lingo-Lingo ng ganyang shooting display this season.
He will in the second round against LaSalle. In the second round against LaSalle. He shows up again. See you next round.
Pag Ateneo, pag UP, UST kalaban, I don't think we would see that at all.
Sabi ko sa'yo, pag tayo kalaban, nagiging Team A sila eh.
Oo. Diba? They turn into the Golden State Warriors nga.
Inuulit nila yung Warriors versus Celtics nung previous, not so long ago na finals.
Na finals.
Green. So na, sige. Yeah. Di ba yung FU green din? So, something like that.
Hopefully, yeah. It's a green thing. Before we go to Wake, so Willie, I know you caught into the game late. I'm not sure who was maybe there's a UAP and Signal running your mask and late tapos si Father. But we'll go to you for the second half, which you caught. Gio, what can you dissect? What went wrong in that first quarter for LaSalle? You said you didn't think we were having our defense was in the perimeter was okay, but they were just making their threes. And what did we change to come back in that second quarter?
I think the biggest problem in the third quarter was that in the first quarter was that we just couldn't take care of the basketball. We were trying a little too hard to execute. We were trying a little too hard to get the ball in certain positions on the court, regardless of whether that was with Henry or Mike or with one of the wing players, and we just couldn't get into the flow of the offense. But more than that, we were giving the ball away a little too much past the 3-point line, like between that and the half court area. Like nagpapa-pressure tayo sa defense ng UE to the point that they had way too many fast break opportunities, and not only fast break opportunities, they had way too many attempts to shoot a 3-point shot. And I think it was just we were lax. Alam mo yun, I kind of had this feeling na, and siguro as a fan also, I had this feeling na, sige, okay lang na down 18, we're gonna come back anyway. We can come back. The team is more than capable of coming back. And maybe that's how the players felt. And that's fine, right? I appreciate and I do admire that confidence. Pero it's like you're betting, it's like you're just putting up, like, why do you have to do that? Like, you could have just like kept the game closer and made things a little bit easier for you just by taking care of the basketball and playing simple basketball. But we had so many turnovers earlier today, and we had so many opportunities as well to make it harder for UE. Their players were in foul trouble very early on, and sayang it was a good chance for us to put out a statement, and instead we ended up losing the game.
Yeah, and it's very dangerous, Gio. We know we're confident we can back, but it's also very dangerous to give confidence to your opponents. And we gave them that confidence, and they could stay with us, hit those threes, and that stayed till the rest of the game. Willie, I know you're coming from Mass. You come into the second half. I'm not sure kung kulang dasal mo, or you could have stayed a bit longer. Maybe Father had a point in sending that homily for you. Come into the second half. What did you see? What did you make of the game? What you caught up?
Siguro ako, looking at what happened at the first quarter, in the first half, no, it was like, oh, wow. Alam mo yung meme na yun, yung black guy na pupasok may dalang pizza, tapos pagpasok niya, ang dami nang bumubugbog, tapos parang mayhem na meme. I don't know if we can flash it up here, pero that was how I felt. But then nakita ko naman na we won the second quarter, I think. And then we kept it close again in the third, pero again, we were showing glimpses of yung yung mga errors natin from the first half, but we were still able to keep it close. Defense was, I think, getting was better. I think, at least, and basing on what I saw, but even then we were able to defend well. But credits really to UE's players na even with the hand in their face, there were several. I think it was Abate ata with the hand in his face, yung last second shot niya to beat the shot clock, yung 3 niya. There were several instances no na we were able to rotate better on defense, but wala talaga when UE is that hot, and yun, we just chalk it up to them and move on to the next play. At least that's what yung naabutan ko.
So Willie, is this you walking into the second half earlier?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nakita ko, tambak tayo. Kaya siguro ako pinadelay ni Father. Ayaw niya uminit yung ulo ko, tumaas yung BP ko.
Brian, that third quarter coming into the game, it looked like, okay, we're back in it. We've turned the corner, but we continued to press and hit their shots, give us time building that big lead in the third and fourth quarter. What do you think went wrong? Couldn't we adjust to UE? What was the problem there?
Ito yung moment na I think they quite maybe let's just say speculatively kasi mahirap naman magsalita on their behalf. Maybe they thought that, okay, they brought it down to 4 from as much as 17. They've been into bigger deficits like nung sa NU, much closer into the finish. So maybe they kind of took their foot off the gas once again. And then UE just started as well as they could in that second half, establish that separation again. Di na natin sila natablahan, diba? So parang they were really just managing how we will come back at them. Whenever we will make a mini run, they will have a shot either from the inside or from the outside ready to keep us at arm's length. And then what happened was, we weren't able to regain momentum. Parang halftime came at a bad time for us. I think that's what could have happened there because you might argue if meron pa extra 2 minutes dun sa fight back natin nung first half, we could have
seized control.
The lead na halftime. Yeah. But what happened was the half came at the wrong time for us, also came at the right time for UE, allowed them to regroup. Siguro if we were not there in that locker room ng UE, but maybe what Coach Jack Santiago could have said us, relax, tingnan yung score, lamang pa din tayo. So let's not panic. Let's just keep ourselves in control kasi nga the scoreboard says that we are in control. Parang umabot yata ng 2 points lang at multiple times na we were about to catch them, but then they suddenly make a shot and then they find ways to stop us. So yun, yung killer instinct, I hope it doesn't only arrive in the fourth quarter for us in our upcoming games. Dapat yung killer instinct as early as possible. I don't want to cite our rivals, but you'd have to say now. I think I've observed sa games ng UP, as long as nakaramdam na sila early on na kaya nilang iput away yung kalaban nila, they would, at least for now. That's what I've observed in the games I've seen them. So I hope that's something that we should develop as a group as well. Alam ko naman na nabanggit na ng team na hindi rin sila yung same team as last year. So let's see how this team evolves.
Yeah. Gio, UE pulled away in those few minutes of the fourth quarter as an 11-point lead, back to double digits. It was doom and gloom. I think we were messaging na medyo ano na to. Mas malabo. Medyo this is not looking good. It's looking to be like a UE's day. Talk about that fight back from LaSalle to push the tempo, went the full court press, hassled UE, made big baskets to bring us, back into the ball game.
I think that's what I was expecting from a team like LaSalle probably the entire game.
Sana from the start, no? That's the thing. Only from the start.
Yes, that's something I would expect from them, because to be down by 9 points with a little over 2 minutes to go and to come back to within two free throws to tie the game, and we missed those two free throws. By the way, I don't want to blame KQ for that. Just for the record, the entire team had shot 51% from the free throw line. If we made those shots, if we made those shots, could have easily, kahit 69% lang yan, could have easily won the game, diba? Not even asking for the entire lot, but that's the intensity you're looking for from a LaSalle basketball standpoint. And I really, what I think upset me the most was that why did I only see it in the last 3 minutes?
Yes.
And I think
cramming.
Yeah.
Ano, finals week ba? The joke lang.
And alam mo yun, like, there was a play with around 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Sorry, as I go off tangent a little bit. There's a play in around 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. Henry was wide open on the other side, and someone passed the ball to him, and he caught it. It slipped through his hands, and it went out of bounds. And at that moment, parang tumulon ako with where I was, and parang napamura ako, putang ina. And then the entire side stared at me and started laughing at me, kasi, you know, like, that's not something you want to happen anymore. It's just how careless the team is prior to that, and all of a sudden, with 3 minutes to go, we can turn on a switch and bring it up like that. We can commend it, but I like to see that the whole game. Like, it should be, we should take out our opponents much earlier and have that big lead, just like in Adamson, and not wait till the end. Because we don't need this. They don't need the stress. They need to manage their energy also, moving forward. And if the intention of the entire team is to manage their energy and not be too tired come end of the season, well, better play hard in the first half, and hopefully we can coast in the second half.
Yeah. Willie, we came back into this game. Let's talk about let's talk about the climax here. Your favorite part. Yeah. So, Willie, of course, you came into the down. We were down 2. Less than shot clock to go, right? 24 seconds to go. We tried to trap UE. We get a turnover. Call it timeout, or after an ATO, set an ATO play. KQ gets the ball. UE drives, is fouled by a UE player. First, do you think that was intentional, or do you think that medyo na Windows 95 yung utak ng UE na yun during the time? No. Or did he know na sa lista yan, he's gonna miss his free throws, di ba?
Alam mo, ano yun, putting on my 4D chess hat now, at the time, when I was watching, feeling ko talaga na Windows 95 moments sila naglag. Na Internet Explorer moments sila. When UE fouled, I really thought na even the commentators thought that UE was confused. At the time, they thought they had a foul to give. Pero looking back, mamaya, hindi natin alam. Baka mamaya it was actually a 4D chess play by Jack Santiago. Alam niya, walang kwenta mag-free throw last.
He would know. Kami nagsimula niyan.
He would know.
So, si LA, maalala niya. Kasi, pag Lasal days niya.
It's our free throw shooting prime. Yeah.
So, parang in hindsight, nagmukhang intentional foul since we were absolute shit in shooting from the free throw line. Nagmukhang, ako personally, I really felt that nabobo sila nung time na yun. Pero looking back, it was one of the pivotal moments where we fell flat at the time.
Yeah. Then Brian, KQ, 4 for 10 from the free throw line. Most importantly, those last 2 free throws to tie, missing both. It's a tough day for KQ in the office. Of course, we wouldn't be in that ball game without him. It wouldn't be close without him, of course, in most things. He even posted after on his Instagram stories about free throws. That comes to territory, nasa Lasal ka, KQ. What did you make of those last two free throws of KQ, or this entire free throws situation? Is it really missed opportunity, or just KQ having a bad day? What did you make of the whole situation?
Dapat siguro kung ano man yung kinain ni Sean Tuano last week iniwasan this week. Joke lang. I think to be more serious, mukhang off night kasi 6 out of 17 is a good clip sa field, but I think he can do better. Yung 3-point shooting din natin wasn't really there. Yun nga Gio said earlier, we only made 3-point shots.
3-point
which
shots.
is a contrast dun sa Adamson game natin. Then again, we still found a way to be back. And yun na nga, any other player, maybe masasabi ng mga tao, okay, they expected them to miss. But si KQ is the kind of player na you would really rely on. Parang nakuha natin yung perfect free throw shooter at that moment na nag-foul yung UE, whether intentional siya or hindi. Yun lang. We can really list it as an off night. But there is only one way for this team to prove na off night siya. And that is if they can bounce back strongly against FEU on Wednesday. Kasi yun nga, kung alam natin na nag-off night tayo, sa mga nakikinig dito or kung nanonood dito na taga-UP, mas okay ng off night kami sa UE kaysa sa inyo sa finals.
Yeah.
Kung maalala niyo yung mga tres niyo sa Araneta, yun, joke lang.
Then Gio, to end the sequence, LaSalle took too long to foul. Then UE sealed with their free throws, diba? Looking back now, Gio, you have about an hour to process the game. If there's one team to lose to, maybe it's probably UE. It won't have much effects. I don't think it'll have an effect on the Final Four standings. We don't give extra, wins to someone competing for those twice to beat advantage. Any other silver lining you saw from this game?
I think there's a lot of things to be happy about in this game. Number one, the capability to fight back and the capability to play intense LaSalle basketball was shown over the last 3 minutes, which is similar to what we've done against NU. Against NU, we won, but this one we lost. And this is probably, and I imagine that the entire community would say the same thing, that it is a wake-up call for the team to, hey, come on guys, like magseryoso na tayo. That's one positive I see out of it. Number two is, I don't think the players will take things for granted anymore in the upcoming games, like whether that's free throws or with the execution, etc. And this is sometimes it's good but then to lose in the first round. Like the last thing I want is to go 14-0 and lose 2 games in the finals, like what happened. Like, that has happened before, and you're able to make adjustments.
UE pa, no?
Yeah, UE kalaban natin nun, di ba? Oh. And I think
always
the last,
them.
And the last positive I think I saw here is the play of Boris Marasigan. Like the guy was slashing, cutting, and keeping us in the game when KQ was being guarded very well. And I thought that he had a terrific game. And this is similar to last season. Last season, we would come in the first round and have a 10-12 man rotation, and unti-unti coach is already cutting it down. And you can see it, right? Like Ramiro played quite a bit in the first few games. He started both the first and third quarter this time, but medyo nababawasan na rin siya. And you're going to start seeing more and more players getting more and more minutes as he starts to develop and really pick the rotation he wants. And it's a good time for the players to step up and say, hey, I need to own this spot because I cannot make these mistakes anymore.
Yeah. Willie, Topex came out of the game, said it was a good wake-up call for the team, right? It's a good opportunity to learn. Something to learn, to learn that for giving valuable experience for future games. What would you like to see LaSalle do as a response to this game, upcoming games?
Siguro for me, as your typical average Lasallian fan, okay lang din for me. I get well, it's just me. It's okay for me to lose at this point since yun nga, what everyone's mentioning, what even Coach Topex mentioned, it's a wake up call to the entire team. And if we really want to stay in contention for a back-to-back title, this is the perfect opportunity for this Lasal team in the next game or even in the next few games to show that this was this was just an off night, and then they know where they went wrong. Hopefully, they'll take everything much more seriously. Sana ano yun, hindi na lang sila magising na lang magising na lang. Sana first
Last
quarter
2 minutes
gising
to
na
go.
sila. Oo. Sana first quarter gising
Sana.
na sila. Na naisip nila, uy, start na ng season natin. First quarter tip off pa lang. Ayun. And I think we were talking amongst ourselves earlier, no, after the game. I think it was Brian that mentioned that as a champion team, really we don't let this affect. The team shouldn't let this affect them too much. Move on to the next game and show what champions do, which is really bounce back hard and really work on everything that made them lose in this game. And if I remember right, there was this interview by they interviewed Coach Topex after the game, and then if I remember right, he mentioned that they're not blaming anyone after the loss. It's really it's like sabi niya, blaming someone is the worst that they could do, and it's just move on to the next game, focus on the next game, which ayun nga, really, if we really want to show everyone that we are still in contention, it's really babawi na lang sa next game, hopefully much earlier.
Brian, I know a lot of listeners are looking for a therapy session here. Any last dose of copium to help process this loss?
Okay. Sabihin na lang natin ganito. UE, before this game, also showed against UP that they can win a quarter convincingly, as they did. Kaso sila, nung fourth quarter na sila nanalo against UP when they were already down by 20. So I think, as much as this was an off night or a day where we got caught out by UE, I'll just give UE the credit they deserve. Think ko, for what it's worth, they already know what to expect of us. But the problem was we didn't know what to expect of them. And Abate and Lingo-Lingo were not doing well prior to this game. Sila yung tagapagmana ngayon ni Remagat. Tipong sudden burst. Baka mamaya, lipat na rin yan sa Diliman. Joke lang.
No, but lang.
Isang magandang laro pa. But going back, yun, I think as much as we would like to say na we should be winning this game with the people we have, this is also a credit to a team is determined to win against us. They treated us the way we should be treated. Pag champion, diba? Pag may nag-champion sa PAP, we always want to challenge them differently compared to the other teams. With all due respect. May champions treatment talaga na parang gusto naman kayo subukan. Alam naman natin meron ng ibang nawala. But the core remains much the same. So for me, it's about giving you either credit. And yes, we fell. Tayo yung nabiktima, but you have to take it in stride and just say that, okay, that's on them na din. That nagkataon na the way they played favored the outcome na nanalo sila. Kasi syempre, pag natalo sila, sasabihin naman ng mga tao, oh, almost. And then maybe our players can shrug it off as parang papering over the cracks. But now, it's a crack. So, it's okay for us now. I guess that's what we can take away from it.
Yeah. Gio, last point on this game. You were talking earlier that this had all the ingredients of an upset, right? What we were saying. Nothing going right for LaSalle. Everything was going right for UE. And they pulled it out in the end. But we can also say that what we saw earlier were symptoms of what was going wrong with LaSalle in the past games, and now it finally came back to bite us. Is there, I know it's early in the first round, but is there an area of concern there that we're not playing so well? There needs to be some We need to make some needed adjustments or change the way, to step up our game in order to address these concerns.
I think that's probably like a tougher question to answer, but there's definitely some adjustments needed here. We have to keep reminding also the community that there's 7 new players on the team. We lost a lot of very strong
Yeah.
leadership. CJ still hasn't is not yet available for us. Hopefully he gets to play already, if not against FU, perhaps against UST this coming Sunday as well. And this allows the team to really reflect and go back and figure things out on their own, right? If you go back to last season, we heard so many stories about players only meetings, players pulling
Yeah.
together and figuring things out on their own. And quite frankly, Sina Coach Topex can only do so much, right? Like they're not the ones on the court that's playing, and the players really need to dig deep and figure it out. Because sorry to make a comparison, like UP has come out of the gates like feeling hurt from last season's championship and
Mhm.
making a statement
You see the
game
hunger
after
there. Yeah.
yeah. And we're I don't want to allude to something. We have something good coming up very soon, but someone said it's very hard to go back to back,
Yeah.
and the players need to pull together and work on it and say, okay, it's time for us to step it up and really get our focus back. See, like I say, look at the last 2 games. You had 27 turnovers against Ateneo. I'm not sure how many turnovers we had
We had
today.
19.
19.
Yeah,
19.
we had yeah. Towards the end of last season, during the second round and all the way up until the finals, LaSalle was averaging 11 to 13 turnovers per game, and this has to be worked on by the team, and the players need to be more aware, to need to figure it out, because that's the only way we can figure it out. Like, all these had the makings, to your point, Kiko, all these had the makings of an upset, pero wala, at the end of the day, you shot so well. We only lost by 4, but we really shot ourselves in the foot this game. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that.
All right. Now looking back to our next game, we play the FU Tamaraws, who are still winless. One of the surprises of the season is, I think some people are expecting to do a bit better, but they haven't gotten into the groove of things with Sean Chambers. Willie, how are you looking to the next game? Positive? I think, do you expect the team to bounce back, or are we another recipe for disaster with FU being a winless team, but still knowing that they have talent to hurt us?
I think this is uh, a perfect bout. I think this FU game has all the elements needed for a bounce back game for us. Again, it's like earlier we saw na even I think in one of the courtside interview or reports ni Patrice Dabao from the dugout, even si Coach Topex was saying that the players were a bit overconfident nga heading into the game. So siguro ano yun, this is kind of like another test for the team to see if they're going to to underestimate this winless team again against a potential cellar dweller naman. And if the team really wants to convince everyone that we're still in contention, we really need to make this FU game something of a statement, siguro, not just for everyone but also amongst themselves, that they can really work out through whatever problems or issues that they're facing. No? So, ako personally, I would like to see them thrash FEU, as in simula pa lang, wag niyo na pagbigyan. May 69-point lead na kagad tayo first quarter. Yun yung mga gusto ko para makarelax na naman ulit ako. Pero
That'll be nice. Nice, yeah,
that would
nice.
be nice.
Yeah.
That would be very nice. Pero yeah, I would expect them to at least carry over everything, lahat ng mga yung hurt that they felt from this game moving on to the FEU game. So I have no doubt babawi sila. It's just let's see if they can back it up.
Break down the FEU game for us, Brian. What Are there any concerns from their end that what's the pathway for FEU to pull up another upset against LaSalle? Or is it really more of LaSalle beating themselves again?
I think FEU must have been taking notes dun sa first quarter ng UE kanina.
For sure.
As in, dapat i-replicate nila yun eh. Yung tipong hot shooting, force LaSalle turnovers to get transition.
Start strong. Diba? Start strong.
Hope LaSalle miss the free throws. Yung tipong ganun. Kasi if those things happen, they will like their chances. For sure.
Yeah.
Seeing the
FEU to play zone again, no? Like make them beat you from the outside.
Very
same game
similar
plan.
sila eh.
Yeah.
Very similar sa makeup ng team. You know, FEU in their ranks, they have a lot of shooters.
Yes.
Natin natin malamig pa so far in their winless run so far this season. But then when they're up against LaSalle like UE, it's never an easy game for us. Naalala ko, when we're building up to this season, sabi nga nila, di ba, LaSalle can beat PBA teams, so they should be in the PBA na. Parang yun yung sinasabi ng mga tao. Pero ako sabi ko,
oh yeah,
I still get worried pag FEU or pag UE kalaban because they always offer a different challenge that we can't seem to 100% overcome. Laging merong tulog, as they say. So, the good thing about it is it comes very shortly after this loss. So, 2 days lang na pasok sa class, pahinga, practice. I expect light na lang yung training nila dyan. It's more of really mental tape na siguro yung pang ganun. And I saw an article now from our friends sa Tiebreaker. Si KQ daw, gagayahin yung playbook ng Lady Spikers pagtalo eh. Mag-free throw daw siya sa Razon. That's what he told the reporters. So, let's see how it improves in the coming games.
Maybe everyone else will join him too. Everyone else can join him.
Kasi parang ang maganda lang na free throw shooting kanina si Boris at saka si Raven. The rest were at saka si Makalalag, but he only took one. So, anomalous. So, FEU, LaSalle, if we have another off night, I think FEU will live through that. But if we really stamp our class from the get-go, there's no way we will lose. If that's yun yung big if. If the players are hungry now to make amends for this loss to UE, we shouldn't lose.
Prediction for the game, Brian?
I would say LaSalle win. Maybe by 15. Pero ang mas mahalagang mag-predict sa atin si Gio eh. Yeah. Kasi I don't think he predicted anything for the UE game.
he did. Gio did say na he did say that we would take UE seriously. So Gio, before I ask you your prediction this time, given your track record, we've been traumatized. You and I have lived through FEU trauma for so many years. We've been through that a lot. Any concern that we'll be traumatized come Wednesday?
I don't know what to predict anymore. Pero, maybe what's fair is my start of the season's predictions were incorrect already. So I think
the UE one came true. The UE one came true. Your UE the UE one came true.
Yeah.
Oh, yun, di ba yun naman yung rule eh. So, kailangan na balik na rin ni Gio.
Yeah. Pero maybe now I don't need maybe it's back to hindi natin babalik na rin muna for now. Matatraumatize ba tayo? I don't think so. If there's anything about this Green Archers team and a team that is coached by Topex, particularly, emotions have to run high. And that's how they will make a positive impact, I suppose. And that's how they will, how things will change. Like I don't know about you guys, but Wacky Manuel getting that technical foul in Game 3 of the finals was probably a ploy rather than a real technical, if you guys really think about it. Like, it's a team that works around emotions, and this is an important part for an important juncture for them. that they experience this, because we could still realistically end the first round at 6-1, and I don't think that this is gonna be. I don't think we're gonna have a hard time against FEU. Well, I mean, sorry, I don't think we'll be traumatized on Wednesday. I think we're gonna win, but I don't think we're gonna win as big as we expect we would. I think it'll be a comfortable 3 to 5 point, mga 10-15 point win.
Yung malaki and bababa, no? Something like that, I guess.
Yeah. Yung goal dapat nila every game is for some players to play, di ba? Yung dapat yung goal.
Yeah. Get the other Philips to play. If he plays, it's usually a good sign na.
Akala ko nga lalaro siya last week nung sa Ateneo. Hindi pa pinasok.
Parang hindi pa siya lumalabas sa dyaryo sa box score. Hindi pa siya lumalabas doon.
Yung 0.
Masama yung 0.
Makascore pala, no?
Score pa. Alright.
But guys, we read TJ today more than anything.
Yeah, I agree.
I would agree.
There's
I think
this...
parang maganda sabihin na nung UE comeback natin sa PhilOil, nawala siya Kasi malaking piece siya nun nung yung hinabal natin din yung UE.
And you know how you say we thrive on chaos? I think CJ also is the embodiment of that. He creates chaos on both ends of the floor in good ways and bad ways, diba? That's CJ. All right. So, right, guys, it's too early to hit the panic button. There are definitely things to work on, but as I always say, it's always building up towards a second round run. And, we're still better off than we were last year. We have some pieces to compete. Oh, yeah. So, it's really up. So, let's see how the team responds and ends the second round. Oh, ends the first round. Okay? Aside from that disappointing loss against UE, the Lady Archers also fell to the UE Lady Warriors earlier. Unfortunate, having a tough season so far for the Lady Warriors. This is the first win in 5 years for the UE Lady Warriors. So, being Lasallians, alay kapwa, it's a good charity na, here you go, guys. Diba?
Yeah, kahit sa juniors, talo din yung Zobel sa UE.
Yep. 2 straight losses for Zobel. Bloody Sunday, CSB.
Nadamay din yung CSB.
CSB lost to the Trans. It's really a bloody Sunday. Lahat ng may red. Natalo.
Buti yung UST football, walang red.
Yeah, so our men's football... Exactly, gold and white sila. So UE, our men's football team drew against UE. Our women's team beat the UST women's football team. So let's see. It's been a rough weekend for the Sal, given the other results around the league. Hopefully, we can bounce back on Wednesday. Before we end, we have one more segment which we're usually introducing. It's called the Derechuhan segment. Should be a graphic down there right now. Derechuhan segment, where one of us gives a hot take or overreaction for the day. Could be for the game, for the season, or it could be even historical. And we all react to it. Okay? So, Derechuhan. Today, Brian, what do you have for us for our Derechuhan take of the day? Derechuhan is brought to you by Blue Fire LPG for your hot takes. Hot takes sa bahay, hot takes sa kusina. Blue Fire LPG, the only blue that's right for you. Brian, give us today's hot take.
Hot take. If base lang sa game kanina, we won't make the finals.
Oh!
If base lang sa laro kanina.
I can see what you're saying. All right, why don't you expound on that, Brian? I can see where you're going with this one.
The worry now is, let's say the worst case scenario with UP still being unbeaten, and then we don't overcome them. Baka maging step ladder, and then we might be the number 2 seed or maybe the number 3 seed pa nga if we keep on having these kinds of games.
Yeah, if we don't put everything together, yeah.
Exactly. And even if number 2, there are instances na nasisalat sila ng number 3 in a step ladder format.
Yeah.
So, if we don't get our act together and play more games like this kanina, we will not make the finals. That's the hot take. But
that's Brian's Derechuhan take. Yeah. Gio, you want to respond or Willie? Derechuhin na natin. Gio, then Woody.
You know, like if they play like the one kanina or the one against Ateneo or the one even against NU, Yeah, it's gonna be a long season for us.
Despite the talent, despite the depth, we won't make the finals. You think so?
Yeah. I mean, you can have the best players in the world, but if you guys are if the team is not like performing at the court, like wala, it's not really gonna nothing's gonna happen.
Willie, I'll tweak Brian's a bit, but related to his question, is it because we're a one-man team with KQ? Are we over-reliant on KQ? That's why it won't be enough?
I guess there are some instances na where we rely, or there are mga ibang plays na sometimes when we shoot ourselves in the foot, it's stemming from siguro from what I see, we're becoming over-reliant on KQ to set up the play. When he's trying to do too much, minsan yung mga passes niya nakakatakot na.
So sobrang galing minsan sa passes sa kalaban eh. Ganun ka no one expects it.
So, galing. Sometimes nakikita ko when we become too reliant on him, that's when he doesn't seem to play simple. But he tries to make it harder on himself and on others when we become too reliant on him. But then again, we also have been saved several times when he really wants to do it all. Pero I think now, like, if we're getting to play more players, let them get into the groove, give them the confidence to really play. Hopefully, them as a team can work it out, and really see when's the best time really to have these sorts of moments when i-delegate mo na talaga, sige, this is KQ time. Pero as to yung statement ni Brian, and si Gio, if we are to see the same level of performance ng Lasal for the rest of the games, we are in for a long season.
Yeah. Well, that's the hot take naman. We hope we're wrong. Kasi gusto ko sabihin by December, walang kwenta yung take ko. Pang clout lang. Pero
we're gonna clip this just right, Brian, para ma-rage bait yung mga tao. We're gonna clip it just right. Para ikaw yung awayan.
So, I can put a front.
Yeah.
Nakita ko positive kung ano yun, kung akala ng mga tao hindi na mag-finals, that makes it easier for me to get tickets.
Ayan na. It's all a ploy.
Totoo.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Great hot take for today. Thank you, Gio, Willie. Thank you for everyone for listening. We are the Quiver Podcast. Follow us on our social media. Watch our episodes on YouTube. Listen to our podcast on Spotify. And send us your comments and thoughts about anything LaSalle. And we'll be happy to read them on the show. Just a quick announcement. We have something special lined up for everyone, as Gio was alluding earlier. It's the 20th anniversary of the 2004 championship. Well, in our eyes, in the UAP, it's a asterisk, if you want to put it that way.
Championship talaga yan.
or if you will, Wikipedia, everything is scratched off all the results for that day. So it's how you look at it. So we're going to look back at 2004. We have some special guests coming on the show, so watch out for that episode coming out really soon. But for now, everyone, get your rest. Breathe in, breathe out. Another game on Wednesday. Let's see how we bounce back and get back our season back on track. All right, thank you, Gio, Willie, Brian. Get some rest. Work on those free throws, guys. Work on those free throws. Okay. All right. Thank you. And as we always say,
Animo
Lasal. Tamlay ng konti, no? Talo eh. Right.
Animo Lasal, guys.
Thanks for listening, guys.